Welcome back to Those Vegan Chefs. I'm Stefan, and this channel is dedicated to making you a better vegan cook. Today we made a vegan Salisbury steak featuring farro, shiitake mushrooms, and a secret ingredient inside, all topped with a caramelized onion gravy that's creamy, rich, and smooth. I know, it's time to jump in the video and make it, so let's go. I really enjoy making this caramelized onion gravy. It's relatively straightforward. We're basically going to caramelize the onions, deglaze with red wine, add some aromatics, let it cook down and reduce, and then thicken it with just a little bit of all-purpose flour. We're going to get started by warming up our pan. Just over low heat, we're going to start slicing our onions nice and thin. Sure, you take a second to just kind of break them all apart into nice little pieces. We have our pan ready to go. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna add our onions. Essentially, we're gonna start cooking. It's over medium heat. We're looking to start caramelizing our onions. It's gonna take, 15 minutes, 20 minutes for them to really start taking on some color, releasing their liquid. All right, we're gonna break this down kind of like into 3 stages. The first stage was the raw onion, taking up a ton of volume. We're kind of on the second stage where you can see the onions are becoming soft, translucent. Okay, we've made it to stage 3. The onions are a light blonde in color. Ooh, look at the steam coming off this. They've cooked down from that huge pile to this tiny little bit. They're perfect. They're becoming sweet, they're tender, they're becoming creamy, but we have more cooking to do, so let's get started. We're gonna turn the pan back up to medium. We're gonna add half a cup decent red wine, and essentially we're gonna reduce the wine all the way down to au sec until it's dry. As you can see, the red wine has been completely reduced down. Pan is dry. I think the onions look absolutely beautiful. We're gonna add a sneaky little ingredient to this sauce. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of sweet soy sauce. The soy sauce is gonna bring a little bit more umami, and the sweetness is gonna bring a little bit of umami, and it's gonna bring a really nice depth to our gravy. We're adding 2 cups of vegetable broth. We're gonna add our aromatic, 1 bay leaf, a couple sprigs of thyme. We're gonna put it on low, and we're gonna let it simmer about 30 minutes, looking to have it almost reduce very slowly, about half of the way. We're going to finish our beautiful caramelized onion gravy. We're going to remove the thyme and the bay leaf. We have a 1/4 cup of vegetable stock. We're going to start with a tablespoon of flour. We're going to incorporate the flour into the vegetable stock. Once the flour has been completely dissolved, we're then going to add it to the gravy. We're going to stir. We're going to allow it to cook for about 5 to 8 minutes. The gravy is definitely finished. It looks so great. It's glistening. It smells amazing. We're going to give just a final pinch of salt just to bring everything out, bring the sweetness out, bring the umami out. Now it's time to prep our eggplant and shiitake mushrooms. I have a new tip for the shiitakes on how to remove the stems. It's so fast and efficient and so easy and safe, which is the most important part. All right, so the other night I was home, I was cooking dinner, and we're making like some sort of rice bowl with shiitake mushrooms. And I was in a super big hurry and I needed to remove the stems because you guys know how I feel about the stems. They're tough, they're woody, they gotta go. So I was in a hurry and the scissors were just happened to be out on a cutting board like that. And then I was like, oh, let's use the scissors to trim the stem. It's so fast, you don't have to worry about cutting your fingers. And I was just like done in no time. And I was like, oh my God, I have a new trick. I don't know, maybe it's not new, but it's new to me. We have our shiitakes. I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of molasses with our trusty little spatula. I'm just gonna leave it in there. We have 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke, 1 teaspoon extra virgin olive oil. Mix the 3 together. 1/4 teaspoon granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix. We're going to add our shiitakes. We have a parchment paper lined baking sheet ready. We're just going to really work this marinade into the shiitake mushrooms. You know what time it is, right? I think it's time to just get in there and really massage it into the gills of the shiitakes, just really kind of like rubbing it all into the mushroom. You know, cooking's super tactile, right? You have to touch the food, you have to feel the food, you have to feel what's happening to the shiitake. You have to feel the moisture going into it. I'm gonna put the shiitakes on our baking sheet in the oven 450 for 10 minutes. The shiitakes are nice and roasted. They have a little bit of texture to them. Shiitakes are done. Next, we're gonna prep our eggplant. We're essentially gonna cut about 1/4 inch thick rounds that is going to go in the very middle of the Salisbury steak. So we're roughly going to use about half the eggplant. We're going to hit it with a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to add our poultry seasoning, our salt. We're going to mix those 2 together. And then we're going to scoot that out of the way. We're going to brush the oil, poultry seasoning on top. We're going to flip it just a little bit on the back side. We're going to flip it back again. We're going to sprinkle our thyme right on top. Now we've lowered the oven to 400 degrees. And we're going to roast the eggplant until they start to become really soft and maybe just a little bit of caramelization around the edges. I'm thinking like 12 minutes. Our eggplant's out of the oven. It's already cooled off a little bit, but you can see they're nicely cooked. They're still a little bit soft and tender in the middle. It's time to get started on the farro part of this recipe. It is actually the biggest component that we have. So we need our blender. We have our farro. This is the quick cook farro. We're gonna add it to the blender. 1 cup, 2 tablespoons of quick cook oats. We're gonna hit it on pulse a number of times. Let's check it out. Okay, the key to this whole Salisbury steak is the farro and the oats. So you can see we have like some really fine pieces. They're gonna cook up and get really creamy and hold the texture of the entire patty. And then you have like larger pieces which bring a little bit of texture to it. So you really need to like hit the pulse button like 5 or 6 times on high speed, and it really breaks up the farro, and we get like a little bit of dust, a little bit of medium. It's like Goldilocks. It needs to be just right. So now that that's ground up, we're ready to start cooking it. We're gonna heat our pan, medium heat, tablespoon of olive oil. We're gonna lightly toast the farro. Really brings out a beautiful aromatic. We're gonna add our poultry seasoning, 1 bay leaf, and kosher salt. That looks absolutely perfect. It's still kind of sticky and tacky, which is what we need. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons tapioca starch. We're gonna vigorously mix that in without making too big of a mess. And you can see it's really forming a cohesive kind of, almost like a ball, and it comes together very easily. All right, we're gonna pick out that bay leaf. Boom, our eggplant's done. Shiitakes are done. And now the farro's done. It's time to make our Salisbury steak. All right, let's build our first patty. It's kind of important to work with the farro warm. The cooler it gets, the harder it is to form. And a nice little tip is I have a little bit of warm water in a bowl. It helps sticking, almost like a sushi chef. So we're gonna start with kind of creating our base. I'm gonna dab my fingers. We're gonna add a little bit more. We're gonna make an oval shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're gonna lay an eggplant right in the middle. We're gonna kind of push the edges around. It's a little messy. That's okay, that's how food could be. And then we're gonna place a layer right on top of the eggplant. And we're gonna gently cover and seal the eggplant inside. And of course you can make these patties big, small. These are this is kind of on the bigger side, but it's all right. You just want to make sure you completely cover the eggplant, crushing down and then kind of forming that oblong shape. Next, we're going to take our shiitake mushrooms. We're going to just gently press them into the top of the farro. I have some big ones, I have some small ones. You just kind of want to just press it in enough so that it sticks, and it's going to add this beautiful color and texture to the top of the Salisbury steak. I'm going to cover it up. We're going to gently start to pack it, tighten up the edges, cover the other part. We're going to spin it. We're going to make that seal on the bottom, flip it again. We're going to twist, kind of rounding this section here, fold it underneath, kind of pushing up on the sides to seal in the eggplant. We're going to give another twist, fold it on the bottom. And we have our little Salisbury steak. We're going to put it on a plate, put it in the fridge until it's cold and set. It should be very firm when we pick it up. The Salisbury steak is cold and set. It's still a little soft, so we have to be gentle with it. We're going to heat our pan, medium heat. We have the oven preheated to 425 degrees. Just enough oil to lightly coat the bottom. Our pan's looking good. We're going to gently pick up the steak. We're going to put it down. Gonna give the pan just a little shake to make sure it's not sticking. Tilt. We're gonna cook it on the stove top for about 2 minutes, then we're gonna pop it in the oven. It's preheated 425 degrees. We're gonna cook it for about 6 minutes, and then we're gonna flip it, cook for another 6 minutes, and we're gonna be done. It's been in for six to 7 minutes. It's not sticking, it's a little crispy on the bottom. We're gonna quickly and gently flip the steak to get the mushrooms cooking on the other side. You can see it's a really nice golden brown. And back in the oven for another 6 to 8 minutes. Steak is out of the oven. Steak, I love saying that. The Salisbury steak is out of the oven. We have a little bit of crisping on the bottom, a little bit of cracking, that's okay. It's just the moisture expanding in the farro. So we're gonna gently flip it again. And that is our presentation side. We have the deep caramelized shiitake mushrooms, a little bit of crispiness along the edges. Looks great. It's amazing to me that I could place farro in a blender, pulse it, and have a variety of sizes, super fine, medium, and large. We cook all of that together, and we're able to form this amazing Salisbury steak with eggplant shiitake mushrooms, all topped with the gravy that is so delicious. It's so good, I have to take a bite right now. You can see the eggplant in there. Look at that. Gosh, we're gonna get some gravy on top. I have to scoop it, it's too big of a bite. Okay, here's the deal. We have crispy shiitake mushrooms. We have little crispy edges on the vegan Salisbury steak. But we have one thing happening that really makes me happy and excited. It's the creaminess of the eggplant in the middle. It brings the whole dish together. It adds that little dimension of umami, sweetness, and all the textures combined to create a wonderful bite, all topped with a caramelized onion gravy. Hello? What could go wrong with this dish? Nothing. So, I think you need to check it out, and as always, I'll see you next week. Bye.